liars. The woke mob, all they can do is lie. These are the front lines.
Oh, would you look at that? No trespassing. But this is what the illegals are using to walk on in the United States, Anthony. Talk about walking all over the United States of America, like a freaking no trespassing sign. And this is what's been placed here to make sure that they don't slip and fall as they literally walk into the United States illegally.
Bold journalist,
But Drew Hernandez is a strong-minded individual.
exposing lawlessness,
Hernandez, who is ideological,
finding the truth,
and used the word Antifa.
this is what they do. Battling
They're
mainstream. The woke mob, all they can do is lie. These are the front lines.
This isn't like supposed to be happening. Okay, this is just a completely open space where they're coming straight from Mexico through this open spot. So I'm going to show you guys. I mean, obviously it's dark. Let me see if I can get my light going right here. So right here. Oh, would you look at that? No trespassing. But this is what the illegals are using to walk on in the United States, Anthony. Talk about walking all over the United States of America, like a freaking no trespassing sign. And this is what's been placed here to make sure that they don't slip and fall as they literally walk into the United States illegally. Arrest them. And these men might be deported. They might be drug smugglers. It's not clear what they are, but we did see a different response from the Border Patrol right now. They zoomed from where we were just right now. We showed you those families coming in. They just bolted straight from there all the way here. We are in the United States right now, but these individuals, they're all grown men. They were hiding in the brush right here in a hole, in a ditch, and you could hear the dog behind me, the canines. They immediately went after them, found them. They surrendered themselves, and they're all being processed and booked right now. So we don't know if these are drug smugglers. We just know that this is a group of like 6 to 7 men that just attempted to get in the United States illegally. And like I said, tonight, it seems like we're seeing a lot more men than women and children. Border Patrol's in pursuit right here. This could be some runners. Looks like he's gonna go after him. So it looks like these individuals could be drug runners, drug smugglers, single men by themselves. The Border Patrol came. Not quite too sure, but a group of single men is never really a good sign, especially for the Border Patrol, because they would technically only accept family units, but looks like they're probably going to take them, and I'm not sure if they'll deport them, but they're just getting a free ride. So we'll see.
Hola.
Hola, haciendo documental, ¿eh?
I'm saying, man, we got people coming in the United States scot-free. This guy just walked in.
Sí, una entrevista.
Hey, hola.
Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
Orley.
¿Y este Cuba?
Juan.
Oh, wow.
Cuba.
¿Y viniste solo o hay más?
Con otras personas, pero tuvieron que separarse.
Oh. ¿Pagaste un como coyote para venir o no? ¿Coyote? Okay, yeah, okay.
Bye. Buena suerte.
So, did you guys notice? So as soon as I asked him if he paid a human smuggler, that's when he's like, yeah,
He's
no,
like,
no.
Cut it,
Yeah.
cut it. So this guy's, I don't know what he's doing, he's ditching something.
And Border Patrol basically just apprehended 3 male migrants, and they just left, and they have no idea.
And he's contacting
They have no idea that he's here. And this is right now, I'm telling you guys right now, all these runners keep coming in here. When those families, see, that's why they push the family units to the end. Border Patrol goes there, and all these men are going to continue to
start
come.
coming in on this side.
Here.
There you go. Look at this guy literally just walked straight in through the border. This guy just walked in straight in. He's saying he's free. Gracias, Biden. This is happening like I don't. It's kind of dangerous. But this is happening like clockwork tonight. Like we've been saying on the other side. I don't know how far that is. That's maybe about 2 miles down that way. That's where the families are coming in. And then while the families are coming in on one side of the open border, on this other side where it's open, that's where the runners are probably bringing in drugs. All the men are coming in from this side. So we're going to hang out on this side to see if more come in. I mean, you literally just saw this guy walk into the United States free and literally just say, I'm free. And the moment Jorge asked him if he paid a coyote or a cartel to smuggle him in, that's when he didn't want to talk to him anymore in Spanish. So there he goes. That guy could have a criminal record. He may be a rapist, a pedophile. We have no idea, but there he goes. Yeah. Have you been seeing a rise in people coming across right here the past couple of years? Like, have you been seeing more people coming across right here?
Yes. Right now it's
past 2 years.
Like this like 3 years. It's been like from South America, like Honduras, and all those places, all those countries. And right now, like 6 months ago, 8 monns ago, IT. There was a lot of Haitians, like December and November, IT.
Yeah.
And then with the new law, 42.
Title 42.
Yeah, it's a lot of people from Peru.
Do you think ever since President Biden took over, things have just gone way up? More people coming across?
Yes,
way more, huh?
Yeah, way more.
When Trump was president, it was kind of lower.
Yeah, it was lower. Yeah.
And that's your. I mean, you live right. You live right here.
I don't live right here. I live in Hernandez.
Yeah, Los
Okay.
Hernandez.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the town.
So you know this area.
Yes, I've been living here in the 3 years. I live in Puerto Vallarta or Cabos. So I speak English and I work close to where the American side.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's right now there's a lot of people from Colombia and places like that, South America. They got money because they throw good things, so I can't feel it.
Do you know if there's more people crossing over here?
Yeah, they will be in the night. That's when they cross.
Like right now.
Yeah.
Through which way? Like, you know what?
They come in like in the halfway, like 2 kilometers that way. They come.
Across the river.
Cool. We'll walk there. We'll walk there.
The people who cross them are the people who work. They don't rob them or nothing like that. Here, it's more dangerous with the police. You know what I mean?
Oh no, Mexican police. I hear that all the time. Yeah, extortion.
Yeah, they extort, bribe,
and the people who work here, they just brought them here safe, cross the river, and they safe here, so they come back here. But nobody do nothing to them, because they don't want to cause trouble with the police, Mexican police or the American police.
How far of the walk from here to where they're crossing on that side?
It's like 2 kilometers or something like that.
Okay, was it like 20 minutes?
1 mile, 1 mile and a half, 20 minutes. Yeah, during the night it will be coming more and more and more. Because mostly it's in the night when they come.
It's nice and cool.
Yeah, it's nice and cool.
It's too hot during the day.
Yeah, during the day it's too hot, and the army or police is around, and
the Mexican army, the police.
The Mexican army or the police, and then if they see crossing over this way, they go. They
stop it.
Get the money and things like that.
So the Mexican army and police, they're not interested in stopping illegal immigration. They're interested in taking the money from the people. That's true.
Yeah.
Biden things are picking up.
Yeah, I think America they should take the they took the border in Guatemala, and then everybody's happy, man, because it's a lot of Americans coming here.
Do you think the Mexicans don't like all these people from Honduras and Guatemala coming and staying in Mexico?
We don't like it because they throw a lot of garbage and just give them.
Yeah.
They don't work. Like, hey, you want to come to work? No. How much you pay? 300 pesos. Oh, I get more getting money for free.
So would you say the Mexicans don't like illegal immigration?
We don't like it because they don't like to work. I'm working, do something, and they come to me. Hey, give me money. Man, get the f out of here. I'm working to get some money, and you ask me for money. Do something, go to work. You know what I mean?
Just like go back to your own country, right?
Yeah, and then a lot of garbage, throw a lot of garbage in the park. If you go to the Algodón town, in the park, if you see like 40 immigrants, and they a lot of garbage everywhere, and they don't pick it up. I don't know. I said, that's how you want to go to the United States. They're gonna kick you out on the first day.
Probably, man.
Open borders, shameful abandonment, disregard for human life, the prospect of more mandates and lockdowns, and the list goes on. Now, more than ever, we need to stick together. Voting alone is not enough. We must use our dollars to support like-minded companies who fight for our rights and our beliefs. Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider who shares your values. Last year, we gave more than $500,000 to our causes, and with your support, we'll give more than $1.5 million this year. It's time to band together and support companies that truly love America and fight for our freedoms. Will you join us?
Drew Hernandez here with Frontlines. We're here in Yuma, Arizona, just past 4 in the morning. This is the group of illegals that has come across the southern border illegally. There's at least more than 150 people here. There are tons of children, women, and men as well. Look at this massive group that has come into the United States of America illegally. This is huge.
Hombres solamente. Los niños se quedan con la mamá. Hombres solamente. Háganme una fila aquí.
Obviously, you see a lot of children. Now they're getting on the buses right here.
Hombres solamente.
A lot of men as well. This is a massive group. This is huge. So, right here, all sitting down, tons of men. There's definitely a lot more men in this group right now, and that's what we've been seeing all night, which is interesting because a lot of these people pose as families. And we want to see the other side right now. We're going to go take a look at the other side, but this, guys, this is a massive group. I can't emphasize it anymore. And these people are coming right there. That's where they come in, right there. And here they go. Getting bust. Yeah.
I'm coming in, hold the press.
I'm on the opposite side of the border right now. the Mexican side. And this is how you walk straight into the United States illegally. There's the same sign that says do not trespass. They're literally walking on it into the USA. There's the massive line. And they're being transported on buses. I'm on the Mexican side of the border right now, and here's another massive group on their way to cross in. Guys, this is huge. I'm here with one of the coyotes right now, actually. He's right here. This is a huge group. They just keep coming and coming and coming from every direction. I mean, every direction. Look at there you go.
Todo bien.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Gracias.
Dios los bendiga.
They're saying thank you for the help that they're getting from their guides. This group is huge. This is on top.
Han llegado, ya llegaron. God bless you.
This is a group on top of the 300 plus that already just came in. More infants. They just keep coming. This is one of the biggest groups I've ever seen. It's definitely probably a product of the caravan. It's huge. See? And they just keep coming. It almost looks like Disneyland. A Disneyland line. When you really look at it.
Ya me imagino cómo están. Los oficiales se ponen, se estresan, ¿no?
Uh-huh.
Los oficiales. Sí. Too much work.
There's another big. This group is massive. The coyote that I was with earlier tells me that this is about 800. The Border Patrol just called a group of Russians. This group right here, according to, I believe, the Border Patrol, they just called for the Russians. There they go. Russia? From Russia? Russia? You guys came from Russia?
Thank you, Biden.
Okay, so you said from Afghanistan to Pakistan?
Pakistan.
To Brazil? Either from Brazil, you walk or walk? How many days your journey? How long trip?
About 1.5 months. 4 months, yeah.
Oh, you're saying 4 months. So these 3 males are from Afghanistan. And where'd you learn English?
I learned actually
In school? Oh, okay. How do you feel being here in the United States?
My better the situation in my country is very bad.
Tell me about the situation in your country.
The situation is so bad. Everybody know about that. For example, those people who are working in police, military, the families so dangerous to live there.
Do you blame the United States for what's happening in your country?
Actually, no, because there is, the Taliban is coming there. It's because of Taliban. They're killing the people. They take all of the country. That's why all the people escaping from Afghanistan.
Here's another backpack we found just to show you guys the reality of what these women are having to deal with when they do make this dangerous journey. You find backpacks of just condoms. I mean, you gotta ask yourself, why are some of these people packing condoms in their backpacks? Why are some of these people doing this? Because the men
Obviously, they rape underage girls, they rape the women. It's literally a part of life. Obviously, it's not normal, but this is what the federal government has incentivized for these people to do when they come from Guatemala, when they come from Honduras. We've been seeing a lot of Cubans today. We've been seeing a lot of people that are coming from Peru today. A lot more men tonight than women. And you look at the packs, you look inside of their gear, and you're finding condoms, you're finding contraceptive pills. I mean, this is the harsh, evil reality of what this current administration has incentivized for these people to put themselves through. You want to know what this administration thinks about Hispanics and Latinos and Latino women coming from these foreign Latin American countries? This is what they think. They don't care if they get raped. They don't care if they get killed or murdered or kidnapped. They just say, hey, now's your time to come into the United States of America. We hope you make it.
These are the front lines.
We all shop at the grocery store because we all need food. What if you could buy the food you need and donate to TPUSA? Well, now you can with Good Ranchers. They sell 100% American meat, and they believe so much in what we are doing that they will donate $50 to TPUSA on your behalf when you purchase from them. Good Ranchers delivers steakhouse quality beef, chicken, and seafood right to your door. And with our code TPUSA, you can donate $50 to our mission while getting absolutely delicious food. They aren't like other meat producers. Over 85% of grass-fed beef is imported from overseas, but Good Ranchers only sources 100% American beef. Their supply chain is honest and transparent every step of the way. These are real American people trying to help real American businesses, and I think that's a cause that we can all get behind. You can do good while you eat good. You can support country-changing programs by shopping at Good Ranchers instead of giving your money to these woke organizations that undermine and hate you and your values. Stop doing that. Head on over to goodranchers.com/TPUSA today to get your box. Get ribeyes, New York strips, gourmet burgers, and more. Order now with code TPUSA to get $50 donated to our mission here. Now is the time to support American farms and ranches. Make what we do here and all over the country possible with one small purchase. Tell whoever buys the food in your house to go to goodranchers.com/TPUSA and get your box today.
Yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47.
Abortion, I salute you! Women, if you need an abortion, get one! You said police defund!
Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on to the next generation. Activate freedom. Join Patriot Mobile.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard today's edition of Human Events Daily, powered by Turning Point USA. Today's June 14th, 2022, Anno Domini. Today's headlines: Sean Hannity leaked text messages says that he asked President Trump to pardon Hunter Biden. We'll dig into that next. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell likely to raise interest rates, could come tomorrow, and a recession is expected. That's according to Bloomberg. Third, new court documents reveal that WB actor Ezra Miller is accused of grooming a minor with LSD and alcohol. And finally, CCP Chairman Xi Jinping has authorized the People's Liberation Army to conduct special military operations. Taiwan, he's looking at you. All this and more ahead, Human Events Daily.
Now, if Democrats really cared about gun control, they would call on the president's own son. Yeah, Hunter Biden to be prosecuted. Hunter reportedly lied on his background check about his rampant drug use in order to purchase a firearm. That would be a felony. Then get this, Hunter's gun was eventually thrown away in a grocery store dumpster across from a high school for reasons Nobody seems to know. And now we have pictures that have surfaced today showing Hunter waving around a semi-automatic handgun while naked, according to the New York Post, they're saying possibly with a hooker.
So an extremely disturbing story actually comes to us via the January 6th committee, where they have leaked text messages between cable TV host Sean Hannity and Kayleigh McEnany, who at the time was the press secretary for the White House for President Trump. And what it is text messages on January 7th, 2021. I've got the text messages right here, and I'm going to show them to you, and I'm going to read them. And it shows a couple of things. Number one, what it shows is a discussion, apparently, that Hannity was having with Kayleigh McEnany following a conversation, a phone conversation that he had with President Trump in the aftermath, the day after January 6th, right? And what it shows two things. Number one, it shows the readout of that conversation. But number two, it also shows, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta be good when it comes to your OPSEC. Use Signal, use Wi-Fi calls, FaceTime audio. The January 6th committee, the people that run this, Adam Schiff, they will get your text messages and they will leak them, and then everyone will find them. People like me, for example, will find them. Don't do this. So here we go. Here's what Hannity told the president. So we have from this message, he says, "Me too, Eric and Laura were great. Also Jared, key now," and then bold. We don't know if they bolded it or he bolded it. It says, "No more crazy people." Kayla responds, "Yes, 100%. Then Hannity adds a list. It's a list of 5, essentially plan points or 5 things that he wants the president to do. It says, no more stolen election talk, number 1. Number 2, yes, impeachment and 25th Amendment are real and many people will quit. Number 3, he was intrigued by the pardon idea, Hunter. Number 4, resistant but listened to Pence's thoughts to make it right. And number 5, seemed to like attending inauguration talk. So I think the two really big things here, number 1, that he says, stop talking about the 2020 election. All right, we know that President Trump is never going to stop talking about the 2020 election. And I think, quite frankly, that people don't want him to stop talking about the 2020 election, all right? Go look at Dinesh D'Souza's new video. Go look at all the stuff that's coming out, that has come out since then. And by the way, the stuff that was going to be on the table had the debate happened on January 6th the way it was supposed to. That was the whole point. There was going to be a debate. There was going to be in the well of the Senate, right? But everything that happened on January 6th denied the American people the opportunity for their elected representatives to hold that debate. But I think the big thing here, the real big thing here, is the fact that Sean Hannity apparently suggested to President Trump that he pardon Hunter Biden. And of course, there's a flurry of damage control, right, from the Hannity side, from a bunch of people. Oh, it was just, it was half joking and we weren't sure. And no, that was just, the tongue in cheek. Obviously, that wasn't tongue in cheek. It wasn't tongue in cheek at all. Sean Hannity is somebody that I used to listen to a long time. He used to come on after Rush. And it was great, driving home from work. And I originally got my start in, just interning in talk radio. WPHT, 1210 a.m. We had Michael Smerconish in the mornings. We had Dom Giordano. We had Glenn Beck, Rush, and then Hannity was the afternoon guy. And so to see what Hannity is like behind the scenes, playing games like this, making deals, offering to pardon Hunter Biden, when he goes on show every night talking about the corruption of the Biden crime family, but behind the scenes he's offering pardons, he's trying to make deals. To me, I can understand why people call Sean Hannity a sellout. Now, I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying I can understand why people look at this and they say, you're saying one thing in public, but you're doing something else behind the scenes. So, Sean, come clean. Explain these text messages to the American people and explain them to your audience.
I really doubt that we're going to see an inflationary cycle.
Most economic analysts believe that it will have a temporary or transitory impact.
The faster than expected increase in some of those prices is actually a good sign.
The overwhelming consensus is going to pop up a little bit and then go back down. No one's talking about this great,
This is something that will settle down.
Transitory.
Transitory.
And the data shows that most of the price increases we've seen were expected and are expected to be temporary. There's nobody suggesting there's unchecked inflation on the way. It's highly unlikely that's going to be long-term inflation that's going to get out of hand. I don't know anybody who's worried about inflation.
Yeah, so they told us for a year. They told you for a year that inflation was transitory. It was a lie. They lied to you. They lied through their teeth, and they're lying still. They said inflation is transitory. The supply chains will be fine. It's all Putin's fault. This has nothing to do with the printing. It has nothing to do with the Fed. Keep in mind, they'll never talk about the money printing. They never even bring up the fact that they injected trillions of dollars into the U.S. economy through their buddies at BlackRock and Blackstone, State Street, Vanguard. The people at the top were getting rich, and then it trickled down to the rest of their buddies. How? Through the ESG, corporate social credit score system. That's where the money printing went. So I've seen some people try to blame the inflation on the stimulus checks. I'm like, that was like a thimble. That's a drop of water in the ocean compared to the amount of money that was being printed and handed out to their buddies on Wall Street. And guess what? Now it's time to pay the piper. And so it's expected, and this is out of Bloomberg, by the way. So Bloomberg has it up that Fed Chairman Powell is going to be speaking tomorrow. And what's he saying? A potential interest rate futures are signaling a 175 basis points of tightening through September, implying a 75 basis point increase in the interest rates at one of the next 3 Fed meetings. What is that meetings? What does that mean? Recession is potentially in the cards. And that's the Bloomberg headline. Look, Powell facing choice between elevated U.S. inflation and recession. And of course, they're painting him in the, he's like Paul Volcker in there. He's a lion, a towering figure of the Fed. Cut the crap. The Fed is the organization that did this in the first place. Guess what? Ron Paul was right about the Fed. All right. Audit the Fed, and then eventually we need to get to the point where we end the Fed. You cannot have a centralized government organization in control of our money supply and our interest rates. It has not worked in the past. It has not worked historically. It is continuing to not work. Why? Because this is the way that we see this happening. The people closest to the throne are benefiting at the expense of those furthest away. That's how the inflationary system is working. They are printing money the same way, right, that in the kingdoms of England, the kingdoms of France, during medieval times, when they found a new gold mine, when the kingdom discovered a new gold mine, guess where the gold went? To all the king's friends. All the king's men got the gold, the people closest to the throne. And you know what? Here we are 1,000 years later, and nothing has changed. Why? Because it's simple. Because power corrupts, right? Because centralized power does corrupt. And you look at this system, and we understand that's why we have inflation now. We've got this whiptail effect, the bullwhip effect, right? So you do have supply chain problems. And by the way, you do have problems as well because of Russia-Ukraine. But keep in mind that Russia-Ukraine never would have happened had we already not been in this situation, and had we not decided, have this great genius idea from the beginning of the Biden regime to shut down domestic oil and gas supply, right? Genius, absolute genius, right? You're basically handing money to Vladimir Putin at that point, right? Which, and if your stated goal is to not help Russia, or you're like, well, we're anti-Russia, we're against Russia, we don't want it. Okay, why are you handing him money then, right? Why are you making him rich, right? You can't even come up with a coherent strategy, and it's simple. The United States is run by imbeciles. The next day, I just saw this in the Senate. The Senate's talking about introducing a new bill to electrify the U.S. military, right? All the U.S. military vehicles, the trucks, the tanks, we're going to have them go green. The entire thing. Like, This is what you're talking about while you're sending our entire country into a recession. 25% inflation on necessities, gas and food. That's how you need to count it, because that's what affects real people and real families.
I'm not transgender, non-binary. I don't want to be searched by a man. I'm transgender, non-binary, and I don't want to be searched by a man. I claim my Fourth Amendment rights.
No. I got assaulted and I started filming. Okay. I can show you the video.
Let's talk stories outside.
Let's talk story outside.
Ezra Miller, this is no warrants, but he's caution code Mabel 29 Caucasian Hill.
I got assaulted in this bar twice in a row. I film myself when I get assaulted for NFT crypto art.
Well, in one of the most disturbing stories out of Hollywood that you probably won't hear anywhere on the mainstream media, DC actor, the actor who plays the Flash in the DC Expanded Universe movies, Ezra Miller, has been accused of grooming a 12-year-old girl. These are disgusting and horrific allegations, and it's made by the girl's parents. Apparently, according to them and according to their court documents in this testimony, that this has been going on for 6 years, from the time when the girl was 12 years old till now when she is 18. So let's get into this. And I want to be very clear, right? This is coming from the parents of the girl. Her parents' names are Chase Iron Eyes and Sarah Jumping Eagle. They met in North Dakota at the Standing Rock protests in 2016. Ezra Miller is accused of grooming the 12-year-old with LSD, alcohol, and lavish gifts after they first met when she was 12. He was 23. He's now 29. They met at the Standing Rock protest. It was this huge protest that were going out there over the pipeline that was potentially going to be put under. Miller came to the Standing Rock Reservation in 2016 and established contact with the girl under the pretense of assisting the Standing Rock Sioux tribe during the No DAPL movement. DAPL is the pipeline, Dakota Access Pipeline. Dakota's parents allege that Miller groomed their daughter to use pronouns and has been grooming her ever since. Ezra Miller, who plays the Flash in Justice League and had a significant role in Fantastic Beasts. By the way, Fantastic Beasts, that's the Harry Potter prequel series that Johnny Depp was canceled from over allegations from Amber Heard, allegations that have now been debunked. Other members of the tribe were brought to tour the studio in London, where they were flown out to the Fantastic Beasts set. Court documents state that Miller tried to sleep in the same bed with the girl, who was 14 years old at the time, but he was prevented by a chaperone. They then claim that Miller would groom the girl and claim that he gave her alcohol and drugs, including marijuana and LSD. He paid for her to attend college and used that against the girl to create a sense of indebtedness. He then, she dropped out of school and fled to his personal residence in New York City. When Chase and Sarah, the parents, arrived at Ezra Miller's home to retrieve their daughter, she didn't have an ID, bank cards, or any other items needed to navigate her life on her own. She then spent the next 3 weeks detoxifying at home before running away again to New York City to reunite with Ezra Miller. In the complaint, which was filed Tuesday, her parents claim that Miller is displaying classic cult-like and psychologically manipulative controlling behavior towards their daughter, as well as classic abusive intimate partner violence behavior and sexual predatory behavior. The girl, actually, on the other hand, has come out and is stating that she does not agree with her parents and she is siding with Ezra Miller in all of this. And she accused her parents of being transphobic because apparently Ezra Miller classifies himself as trans.